Hello there lovely people, it's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Xenoblade Chronicles 3D in review. Now before we get started, I'd just like to nip something in the bud. This game will only work on a new Nintendo 3DS or new Nintendo 3DS XL system. It will not work on an original 3DS. The game comes out on the 2nd of April if you happen to live in the UK or Europe like me. However, if you live in North America, you're going to be waiting just over a week longer for the 10th of April. I'm going to be mainly focusing on the changes that are present in the new 3DS version compared to the Wii version, but for anyone who hasn't played the original, here's a quick rundown for you. The basic premise is that you control a number of different characters that are all biological, trying to fend off all these other beings that are more mechanical in nature. Both forms of life live on their own sort of giant mythological being, known as the Bionis for the biological, appropriately, and the Mechonis for the mechanical, again, appropriately. The gameplay consists of running around, exploring, and battling in a sort of RPG style against these sort of enormous beings. Some of them are from the Bionis, some of them are indeed from the Mechonis, and you have to use the Monado, which is this mythical sword, in order to try and best your enemies. This is no more important than when fighting the Mechon, which are the mechanical beings that I referred to earlier, because they cannot be damaged by normal weapons. The Monado, however, can pierce their armour. You explore these huge, vast worlds, and they truly are absolutely enormous. This is probably the biggest game that ever came out on the Wii, and is, yeah, I'm going to say, it's the biggest game on the 3DS. Now, I've whittled on enough about the game. I'm going to talk about the changes in the new 3DS version. If you'd like to know more about the game, check the description. There'll be a link to the full review on Nintendo Life, which is much more up your street. The new 3DS version does have a slight downgrade in graphics, as you might imagine, because it's a much more compact system compared to the Wii, and it doesn't have all the power, and considering the size of the world, it's a fair trade-off, but it still looks pretty good. Because there are two screens now, a lot of the detailed information is now on the bottom screen, which means there's a lot of decluttering on top, so you can really appreciate the expansive worlds that you'll be roaming through. However, really important information like your special moves known as arts in the game, they will appear on the top screen, which is good because you don't want to be flicking down to the bottom screen just to see what move you're about to use. So that's a really good point. Speaking of screens, the game of course supports full stereoscopic 3D, as you might imagine, and it's pretty decent. It's not the best that we've ever seen, but given the size of the worlds, it does add a little bit of extra depth, if you'll pardon the pun. Anyone who was hoping to use the original Japanese dub will be disappointed. There's no option for it here, probably to cut down the size of the game because there's an awful lot of talking that goes on, but it's all really good. Some of the best characterization in a game I've ever seen, without a doubt. Frankly, I find the British voice acting a breath of fresh air because it's nearly always American voices, and whilst that's fine, it is nice to get a bit of British in there. There's also a collectible gallery where you can see character art and character models in lovely 3D, and you can unlock these by using tokens which you get through Street Pass, or by scanning your Shulk amiibo, which gives you a bonus 3 tokens every single day. You can also listen to a load of the game's music, which is absolutely stellar, and you can even do it with the 3DS closed, so you can just put it in your pocket, stick your headphones in, and start listening to some dangerous tunes. Overall then, it is just outstanding that they've managed to port this from the Wii to the 3DS, a portable unit. It's absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, it's a shame that it won't work on the original 3DS, but it just doesn't have the power in order to do it. If you've never played the game before, this is the version to go for, not only because it's got those additional features, but also you have to take into account that the original version is quite expensive at the moment, to say the least. This is a much cheaper alternative. Frankly, this is one of the best RPGs you can get your hands on any platform. It breathes some real, fresh life into the genre, which really has become a little bit stagnant recently, particularly the JRPG subgenre, if you like. Excellent storyline, fantastic character writing, really some of the best in gaming, and over 100 hours worth of gameplay. You cannot go wrong with this game, and you want to check out the full review on NintendoLife.com, written by the enigmatic Tom Whitehead, because it goes into considerably more detail than this little video. Link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, why don't you show that subscribe button the true power of the Monado, and be sure to check out NintendoLife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye bye.